Okay. All right. Got it. Excellent. Well, good day, everybody. Real quickly, quick introduction. My name is Anthony. I work at Orange County Realtors here in Orange County, California. Been here now for almost 22 years. Started off in the MLS department. Guaranteed I'll speak to everybody watching this video, whether it's MLS questions, how to add and modify a listing, create CMAs, all that fun stuff. I'm also a Zipform certified trainer, so I train on how to put together transactions electronically, how to digitally sign them, all that fun stuff. And of course, I love showing real estate agents how they can utilize their technology tools to better their real estate lives. Now, today, what we're going to do is very simply go over how to access your Zipform's electronic contracts platform quickly and easily using your mobile device, whether it's a tablet device or even your phone device. Okay. Um, Beautiful thing about Zipforms, being a California Association of Realtors member benefit, this will allow realtors, part of California Association of Realtors, to access their contracts electronically, to be able to easily and quickly put together transactions to get over to their clients. Now, Zipforms Mobile has been out for years, but C.A.R., or I should say specifically Lone Wolf, has updated Zipforms and their platform to allow us uh, newer access, a different access to the updated tool. And the look and feel of the editor, which was officially released this past April of 2024, um, makes putting together transactions easier and quicker on our devices. Whether we're sitting in front of the computer, sitting at home, in our office, wherever. Today, what we're going to do is they take advantage of Zipforms Mobile, which is the platform to allow us while we're out in the field as real estate professionals, or I should say you as real estate professionals, to be able to sit down with a client, maybe after showings or after a listing appointment, to be able to write up a contract right in front of them and to send it out to them digitally for digital signatures. So, with that said, let me share my screen, let me share my tablet so that you can see the actual steps. Okay. All right. So, what we're going to do here is I'm going to share my iPad. And here on my tablet device, or specifically my iPad, and by the way, this works on Android tablets just the same. What you're going to do is you're going to simply go to the App Store. Here, when we go to the App Store, the app that we're going to look for is Zipform Mobile. Now, in looking for Zipforms Mobile, what we're going to look for is the one that says Zipform by Lone Wolf. Okay, it's this nice little blue icon here that looks like a contract that's going out to the web. What you're going to do is you're going to get it, you're going to download it. This is a free download. Now, once you download the app, very easy, what you're going to now do is you're going to open up the app. So here I have the app at the bottom or on my quick access bar of my tablet or phone device. I'm going to open it up. Now, the nice thing about Zipforms Mobile is that I can stay logged in once I log in. But what I'm going to do under the sign in information is that depending on what association you belong to, what brokerage you belong to, typically most agents, if you hit the down arrow here, will log in with their C.A.R. credentials. For those of you who have access to the broker edition, so maybe you belong to certain big brokerages like Berkshire Hathaway, a Coldwell Banker, or maybe a brokerage that offers the broker edition of Zipforms, then what you're going to do at that point is log in with your Zipforms credentials, basically the logins that your brokerage for the broker edition has assigned to you, and log in. Very easily today for me, because I'm not using the broker edition, I'm a single agent, as it were. I'm going to log in with my C.A.R. California Association of Realtors credentials. If you belong to another state where you have access to Zipforms, you'll probably log in with your credentials pertaining to that area. Okay. So here, I'm just going to log in. And now when I tap on submit, you'll notice here that with Zipforms Mobile, this looks exactly like accessing regular zip forms on my computer device. So one of the beautiful things that I love about this is that no matter what device I'm using, whether it's my PC, my Mac, my tablets, I'm accessing the same platform. Now, I will say that if you're accessing this on a phone device, obviously the phone screen is a lot smaller. So this will now all of a sudden be a little bit more truncated to fit on the phone screen. Okay. Very easy if you've never used Zipforms before, specifically Zipforms Mobile, to make a new transaction. Quick and easy. We can come over to the top left corner, click on where it says new, or tap on where it says new. Now we can choose what type of transaction we're going to make. Are we creating a new listing for a seller? Are we creating a new purchase offer for a potential buyer? A new lease for a tenant to lease a property, or a new lease listing for a housing provider to list their property for lease? Here, maybe we're going to represent a buyer. We can simply tap on that. And like what we're used to doing in regular zip forms, we're going to name the transaction. Yep. We're going to put in the address of the property that we're either making an offer on, or listing, or leasing, or anything like that. What type of category? And of course, here we can access our templates that we've created, or just simply come down below and hit save if you don't have templates. And now we've officially made the transaction. So what's nice about something like this is that I'm on the go. I don't have to carry a big bulky laptop here, my 1-inch thick, less than 1.5 pound device that I carry with me. I have my presentation on here. I have my list of properties that we're showing. Now what I can do is very quickly and easily add forms and sit down with the client and write things up. So as we go through this, maybe now with changes to our industry, maybe I'm going to meet a client at a property to be able to show them. Maybe at first I'm going to meet them at the coffee shop to be able to get to know them, talk about, the benefits, okay, of having representation. So maybe I need to, in this case, have my buyer broker agreement, or in this case, the buyer representation broker compensation agreement. We can now click on it or tap on it, add it to the transaction. And now from here, we can go in and begin to edit the form. Here in the new forms editor, we can now very quickly and easily add the necessary parties to the transaction. Simply go to where it says parties here to the right-hand side, tap on that. Now to add a new party to the transaction, we're going to tap the add button. From here, we're now going to add a new party. Maybe it's the buyer. We're going to now have Bob Harry's email address. And now from here, we're going to scroll right on down, hit save. Maybe Bob has a spouse or somebody that's going to want to show properties or buy properties with Bob, that they want representation as well. Here we can now add in the role. Add in their name and email address. And save. From here, we could go to the forms area. What we can now do, also add in other forms from the forms libraries. We have access to more than 500 forms offered by California Association of Realtors to their members. Simply, if we're going to add a form, simply search for the form. So we can either search for the form by name, like RPA, or I should say not by name, but by the form's number, like RPA, which stands for the Residential Purchase Agreement. From here, I can simply tap the add button with my finger or my stylus, add the contract that way. Or if I don't know the form name, but I know, or form number, but I know part of the form name, like, oh, I don't know, disclosure or, yeah, disclosure. Now the forms list sorts to give me every form that has the word disclosure in it. Now I can find the necessary forms that I need, find it, add it, and now begin to edit the form. I can close out of the forms area once I've added in the necessary forms. Here on the right-hand side, I can jump from one form to another form and begin to edit those terms. Okay. So here we got our buyer broker agreement. We're doing this for Bob and Harry, or I'm sorry, Bob and Susie, Harry. Maybe I'm meeting them at the coffee shop before I access the property. So we write in our terms. And I'll just write in some terms here real quick, right? Maybe the cities that they're looking for. And again, I can type in all the areas, everything here as we have a discussion during our buyer consultation presentation, things like that. Or if this was a listing presentation, sit down with the listing agreement and go over the listing terms and things like that with the client or clients. Okay, so on and so forth. Now what I can do is simply at the very top right corner, save my work. And now once we type in our terms of the contracts, now what I can do at the top right corner, hit prepare signing. When I hit prepare signing, I can now send this document out through either Authentisign or DocuSign. Okay. There used to be a feature here in Zipforms Mobile that recently went away with the acquisition of Zipforms by Lone Wolf called TouchSign. TouchSign used to be a feature that was beneficial to Zipforms Mobile, which allowed you and the clients to actually physically write your signatures on the contract. Okay. Today, with the changes in ownerships and things like that, Lone Wolf is currently working on a TouchSign style signature process. But for right now, the only way to do this is through digital signing. So if we go through the digital signing process, very easy, we can go and create a signing, right? So maybe I rename this. I'll just, excuse me, signature request representation agreement as an example. I'm going to ask the system to return the documents to the main folder of the transaction. Now, when I go to create, very easy, very cut and dry. Hopefully here, Authentisign is going to open up. Now, very easy, starting on the right-hand side, we're first going to start with the signers. So I'm going to add the participants from the transaction, select myself and the clients. When I hit select, because of the forms and because of the system, 90% of the digital areas have been pre-placed on all the contracts. Okay. If I do need to add in signatures or things like that to the document, we can do that on the right-hand side with the tools icon, which we'll get to in a second. But here we can add in or see what documents are going to be digitally signed in this session. Well, maybe I haven't written up the purchase agreement yet, so I need to remove it. So I'm just going to simply hit the little down arrow, remove that document from this digital signing choice, because I just need to get them under a representation agreement in this example. Now what I can do is, with the tools icon, make sure that the digital areas are pre-placed under the signing actions on the contracts for the signers. If there was a contract or a PDF file that I needed an area added, simply under the tools area, select the signer. Now with my finger, I'm going to press and drag over a task for the signer, indicating on the contract where they need to sign and or initial. So here, what I can do and what I've just done is add in extra areas on this contract for my clients to initial versus the standard areas where they would need to initial or sign. So I can actually add in all these extra areas if I wanted to on the contract. So if there was something that I wanted my clients to really make sure that they've acknowledged based on our conversation, I can actually add those extra areas in if I choose. Or if there was a PDF file amongst our documents, then the PDF file that we've artificially added to the transaction, which are forms outside of Zipforms, then I'll have to manually indicate or place the digital areas for the client. Now, at the end of the day, once I make sure that all signers have at least one thing to do in every form, then at the top right corner, all I need to do is simply hit next. I can now issue a time frame of when the digital signature sessions will expire. So maybe I give them today. And now at this point, all I need to do is hit send. Once I hit send, the invite goes out to the clients within 30 seconds. Now their phones, if they happen to have their phones with them, they can now go through the contracts on their phone device and begin to sign the documents. Now, once all documents are signed, because I told the system to bring those documents back into my transaction, then, and we'll open up one that has a digital signing completed, then a folder is automatically created within 30 seconds of the last signer signing. As you see here, signed documents. When I tap on that, I now have the fully signed and executed forms for my files. Now I can go out and show properties, or better yet, if, say, this was an offer, I could then select the form, open it up, look at the signature areas on that form. Oh, I don't know why that did that. Let's go back into another transaction that's got something, I think. So say if this was an offer. Now, while my clients are enjoying a nice lunch that I'm providing for them because we're sitting down writing up contracts, we see that their signatures are here. And now easily send this, email this to the other agent to submit our offer. So hopefully everybody sees how quick and easy Zipforms Mobile can be when you're on the go. So no longer do I need to say to my clients, okay, I'll go back to the office, write up the contract and get this done, or no need to carry a stack of paper, right? So we don't want to carry a whole stack of documents with us necessarily to a property before we show it or make an offer on it. We now, within 1 inch thick, less than 1 pound, sit down with our clients, go over the contracts, write up their offers because they're excited about wanting to make an offer, or even better yet, maybe we're excited about meeting a brand new client who wants to see a couple of homes. We can get their names on the dotted line, or even better yet, listing agents You did a great presentation. The client's excited about wanting to list. You can now go into the system and list get the listing right then and there. And then even in front of them, because I have access to the MLS, I could even input the listing right in front of that seller. So this affords us to be able to be quick, easy, and efficient at our jobs. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that today. But that's a quick little update and instruction on how to use Zipform's mobile. If there are any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, my name is Anthony. I work here at Orange County Realtors. My phone number is 949-586-6800, extension 104. Or feel free to email me at Tony, Tony, @ocrealtors.org. With that said, I hope everybody has a great and wonderful day.